In this tutorial, I'm going to explain you how to use the Flutter package Dropdown Search. As you can see here, this is the simple app we are going to build today. So we have multiple drop-down search items here. The first one, if we click on this, you can see that we have multiple options here to select. So this of course is disabled, so we can't click on it. We can also search for something. Let's say we search only for Brazil, and then when we press on it, it gets selected here. Otherwise, we can also have multiple selections, as you can see here. In this case, we can select it like that and then press OK, and then remove, for example, one. Another option is that we can have a dialog open up for our selection. And then when we press on it, it changes here. Or we can also use the bottom sheet. When we press on this, you can see the bottom sheet opening up. And when we press, for example, on Brazil, then Brazil gets selected. Let's get started. As mentioned, we're going to use the Flutter package Dropdown Search. Just press on here to copy it to your clipboard. Then in your pubspec.yaml file, underneath your dependencies, just paste it in here and run pubget. That's all we need to do for the setup. Now concerning the app layout, I simply built a very simple Flutter app where we have a scaffold. This scaffold has an app bar and then a body. And this body contains a list view. And in here we have multiple Dropdown Search widgets. In between, we have sized boxes. First, of course, make sure to import the Dropdown Search Flutter package. And then let's have a look at the Dropdown Search widget. So in this case, we define what kind of items we want to be in this Dropdown widget. In this case, it's strings. So we can define items that the user can select. So in this case, Brazil. So let's open this up. So in this case, it's Brazil, Italy, or Tunisia. And also, if you scroll down a bit, you can also see Canada here. And then we can give in a custom input decoration. So the label text here is menu mode, as you can see here. And when nothing is selected in the beginning and you press on this, you can see here the hint text is country and menu mode. Then another thing I should mention is that we can define the mode. In this case, it's the mode.menu. So this is this. If you look at this, for example, this is the mode dialog. And further down, we have the mode bottom sheet, as you can see here. Then you can also have a search box here. You simply use show search box and set it to true. Otherwise, default value is false, so you don't see it. Then you can also customize this search box. For example, I set the cursor color to blue. So in this case, as you can see here, when I press on it, cursor is blue. Then we can do something when, for example, Brazil is selected. For this, we use the onChanged function. In this case, I called it item selection changed. Let's see what this does. So in this case, it accepts as parameter an optional string, and I just print it out here. So when you press on this, as you can see here, it got printed out. Then also we can define our custom function on whether an item should be disabled or not. As you can see here, Italy is disabled. So for this, let's have a look at the function here I wrote. So the function returns a boolean and accepts the string as parameter. So for example, Brazil or Italy or Tunisia. And if you write, for example, a very simple statement like if the string starts with the capital letter I, then it's disabled. Otherwise, this will equal to false and it return false. So all the other items will be enabled. So I made this a bit more easier to read if you haven't worked with this directly returning the boolean itself, or if you want to have multiple boolean checks here, you can write it as such with if and else if and so on. And then make sure to either return true or false whether the item should be disabled. I hope you liked this tutorial. Please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them down below in the comments, and thank you for watching.